And there we are, live for another Bogus Hangout, which we have grown to love, and which apparently some of you have too. No Kristin yet, as won't surprise anybody, really. Come on, it's not. We do have myself, we do have Bill, we have the lovely Danielle Miller, we have the lovely Meloney Hall, and we have the lovely Zara Altair, and we may have some more jumping in very soon. If not, that link will be going out and all the seats will be open. So let Bill introduce himself.
Hello everybody, my name is Bill Slawski. I am the Director of Research Marketing for Go Fish Digital. In a couple of weeks, well, no, we'll get to that. I'll let the rest of our guests introduce themselves.
Danielle.
Yes. Hi, I am Danielle Miller. I am a personal brand strategist for solopreneurs, and I work with them on getting a distinct and memorable and resonant brand.
We should try that, Bill.
What you're doing is working. I don't think you're good.
Sounds too organised for us.
Exactly.
Did you say me?
Yeah.
Okay. My name is Meloney Hall. I'm the owner and CEO of Big Uptick Social Marketing LLC, located in Dayton, Ohio, but we can work with you anywhere. And I recently was Ammonized and still working on creating the better results for what we do. And we do online marketing and brand awareness and some website building, and the rest to be continued. Thank you, Ammon and Bill.
Thank you.
You're not alone there, nor the only survivor, Zara.
Hi, Sarah Altair, and my business is Actation Now, and I help people with social media strategies, especially through Google+, and I also have a weekly hangout on air, the Midweek Zap, which is industry leaders speaking on, your presence online.
Yeah, you've got a few loyal Zabsters in the audience today, I know.
The Zapsters are just an amazing audience. I'm always just amazed by them. They're so eager and attentive and interactive. It just always blows me away every week.
And Kristin has joined us. I see why she's late. She's been conscripted.
Not another one. No.
So hello, Kristin.
Hello. I was trying to round up more women.
Yeah, there's lots of women here today.
Yeah.
Them off with the boot camp look.
I know. Well, okay, so I got this look because we had Dustin come on Get Busy today to talk about social warfare.
Social warfare?
Yeah.
I'm not sure that Dustin's going to carry that. I like Dustin, but when I was a boy, I used to read comic books, and we used to have always near the back of the comic book that thing of the weightlifting kit or something, and there was a before and after picture. Dustin wasn't the after picture. That's all I'm saying.
Dustin could design whatever he wanted to. I will defend.
Well, Dustin's a heavy lifter in a different way.
Yes.
Yes. Yeah.
Yes. But
And
not
you're welcome,
maybe in the
Dustin.
way that you'd think of in warfare.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm always struck by that, and it's something that a few fellows and I have talked about in the past, is that so often, especially because it's so male-dominated, the guys do seem to love to talk about the art of war. Sun Tzu's art of war, business as warfare, social media as warfare. Really? Most of them don't even understand Sun Tzu. They don't get the book.
I was just going to say that's still a top-selling book, and people can still apply the rules of warfare, no matter what it is. If it's intellectual warfare, relationship warfare, but the term warfare is very confrontational. Surprise!
What makes that book so special is that he doesn't talk about warfare.
Right.
He talks about logistics. He talks about tactics and strategy for avoiding conflict, or for being in such a position that they don't dare to fight you. It's not a book about warfare.
Yeah.
And all of these people, warfare this, warfare that, blog warfare, social warfare, business warfare, don't get it.
Okay, well, Nicholas Cardot that's actually was what he did. He actually, you know, served our country.
Yes.
And he still does. So I totally get it. Like with him, like totally get it.
Yeah.
With
That's his expertise.
Yeah, but he's
Strategy.
never mind.
Oh, what?
Well, his strategy about, he has strategies about mental warfare, and taking that and applying that to your social media strategy.
Yeah.
You know, there's a point where the metaphors run a little weak, though. I mean, the war on war is good. The war on terror is not too bad. The war against drugs, pretty good. The war against blogs. Wait.
Or social media.
Blogs.
I'm never sure about the war on drugs either. I always imagine a whole load of stoners going, wait, there's a war?
Well, stoners, okay, now we have to get into the whole subject of, plant or drug.
Plant or drug?
Well,
Yeah,
they say
is it an herb, like,
Oh, herb. Plant, herb, drug.
Yeah, like our herbs, drugs, they're medicinal.
Well, it depends. Oregano, definitely not.
No, but you can't go too far there, Kristin, because otherwise you're going like, hemlock is organic.
I know. I'll go like far. I will go far. I will go.
So is nutmeg.
Why?
Watch out for those purple spots. When you're down the fog.
as the slogan goes, I don't know who said it best, but better living through chemistry. Was that Santa? Oh, Dow Chemical.
Yeah.
Better living through chemistry.
Yeah,
Like
I
better
think
living
that
through
was
chemistry.
Johnson and Johnson.
Like, are we talking like MDMA kind of
It was
thing?
DuPont. It was definitely DuPont. I lived in Delaware.
Yeah.
Yeah.
DuPont's
Well,
huge.
chemistry is so much of our lives. We've got plastics as a result of chemistry. Cooking is really chemistry. Making paper is chemistry. Everything's a chemical reaction. People are chemistry reactionary. So it's all encompassing.
So
Paper, like make.
the war against chemistry? Wait.
No, like whoa.
Better
We usually have
living
that.
through chemistry. Better living through chemistry.
Yeah, I'm still waiting for the war against violence.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I think the word competition always implies that you've got a battle. And then when you translate that further, then it's conflict, and then war and warfare, and then you assume that when you have a war, that there should be an end, and there should be a winner and a loser. So warfare really isn't applicable, because you're never going to win at some of these things you have warfare with.
I think that one of the greatest things of the internet is that it's so collaborative, and I think anyone who's immediately thinking warfare, competitors, is missing half of the point.
Yeah.
straight from the get-go.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And even you see all the programs online that are called boot camps. You know, there's social media boot camps, there's blogging boot camps, there's branding boot camp. Everything is a boot camp. You know, and I think that it's approached then from the perspective, oh my God, damn, this is gonna be hard work. I don't want to do this.
The boot camps make you tired. My father was a drill sergeant in the Marines, so childhood was a boot camp.
Yeah.
Just give my room the white glove test, and I'd usually fail. Yeah, don't grow up with a dad who's a drill instructor in the Marines.
Oh my gosh, I can't even imagine. I have two sons in the military.
Yeah. I had friends who went to the Army, and they told me about some of the things their drill instructors did to them, and I told them I would not have been able to stop laughing. The drill sergeant would have started screaming at me, and I'd laugh harder.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I know I already got that from my father, so they weren't going to be any different. Yeah.
My son's in the Marine Corps, and he said a lot of times it was all you could do not to laugh at the drill instructor screaming in your face.
Yeah. And you can't roll your eyes either. That's just as offensive.
I want to bring up a comment from Todd. While you all debate that war, a few friends are watching, laughing, and saying, remember the real social rules, puff, puff, pass.
Because it's all about collaboration, not competition.
Anyway.
Oh, goodness.
No. Why Candy?
There might have been a slight accident with somebody inviting us all to a video chat there.
Yeah. No, Candy, over here. We're here first. You have to join us.
Oh my gosh.
You guys have way too much fun going on this show. Come on, really?
Yeah. Hi, Bill.
All right.
Good to meet you all. Happy holidays.
Are we going to have Adam with a voice today?
No, we have. What is that we got this time? No idea. We've got a few other friends have joined us, so William, say hello.
I'm so sorry about that. For technical problems arises. I'm so sorry, guys.
Oh, you're adorable. You're
Lovely
fine.
to meet you.
Happy holidays, Johns, and this is my first time to be in your show. Thank you.
Yes, first time we got to meet, which is it's one of the things we love about this hangout is the chance to meet new people as well as some old friends. And when I say old friends, I wasn't just looking at you, John.
Lee's not in the strip, so now you pick on poor John.
Yeah. We've got. I love the hat, William.
You know, it goes back to the old days when I had my first job, and I was actually interviewed on a Hangout recently, and, well, we talked about that. So I had to wear it today, so it jingles, too.
So they make you sit on a shelf.
Oh, I was an elf on the shelf, yeah. You're right.
The elf on the shelf. Nice.
The Christmas stalker dude.
I actually worked as a 13-year-old. I worked at Santa's Village in California. So yes, that was my. And I was an elf.
I always wanted to go to that, and I never got to. What was it like?
Christmas music, 24 hours. Well, not 24. It was 8 to 5, but it felt like it was 24 hours a day. But it was the same record on the loudspeaker over. So when I worked on the merry-go-round, oh wow, we changed up the music. It was just a cassette player, so we could just change up the merry-go-round. So it was beautiful on that side of the park.
I don't think the commercial ever changed.
No.
Anybody not surprised that Kristin wanted to be an elf?
No, I just wanted to go to Santa's Village. Because they had the tree thing. It looked really cool in the commercial.
I was probably in so many actual pictures and videos, it was ridiculous, because I was one of those elves at one time where I was there with Santa. And taking pictures with all the kids, candy canes, the whole thing. Then I worked up to ride operator, but my first job was I was sweeping trash, so I had to move up the ranks, right? You know, just like any job.
Yeah.
I'm envious.
Start off as the trash elf.
The
Work your
hierarchy
way
of
up to-
elfdom.
Master of the sack.
Right there.
John, how are you? Say hello, good sir.
Good. I'm doing fine. Just enjoying the little bit of moisture we're getting here in Southern California, and you know, with our drought and everything, it's always nice to know my water bill next month is going to be a little bit lower. That's always a good Christmas present, you know. Yeah, it's great. Busier than a one-armed paper hanger, but I'm making room for this hangout, and it's kind of like a social break, you know.
Yeah.
Not think about coding and programming and all that stuff.
Yeah,
You know.
yeah, totally get that. Right, let's all talk about coding and programming, everyone.
No. It's gonna be a short conversation for me.
John, you're in Big Bear, aren't you, John? Are you still in
No,
Big Bear?
no, I'm in. No, well, no, we took a vacation up there a couple of weeks ago. We took our family up there. But I was also going to ask you: is that the Santa's Village in Running Springs that you worked at?
Yes.
Is
so
that the
it's
one?
Right, Forest.
Okay.
Yeah, it's right below
Yeah.
Running Springs, Big Bear.
Right.
Right on the.
Yeah. Took my kids there.
Yeah.
Very, very well-known place.
Candy, it is your first
Yeah.
time joining us, so please
Yes.
tell us a little bit about yourself. Where are you? Who are
Okay. This is me. Hi, John, and thank you for the invitation for this Bill Emmons. And this is really my first time here to be on your show. It's really amazing, and I'm really honored to. Well, I'm from Japan, actually, and I'm a photographer. Okay, and I'm an HOA by my own rights, a host from Japan, the very first to do this, and you know, a lot of social media here, this and that, but I stick to G+ anyway, and it's quite amazing. I really enjoyed it, and the holidays here, Jesus Christ, forget it. It's all KFC and the shortcake, and that's it, and all illuminations. Jesus Christ. You're going to be crazy about this. You're going insane. All over Japan, it's all illumination. That's how the Japanese spend their Christmas. That's it. Done. It's always like that.
We have that one neighbour who always puts out tons and tons of lights all over the house, kind of thing.
It's crazy. It's crazy as hell. It's all jam-packed. Oh, Jesus Christ. Oh, my God. So, if you're going here in Japan, don't go here in the holiday season, or else you'll be stuck by the crowd. That's it.
We might like that, though. Is it Tokyo you're in?
I am on the west side of Tokyo, so in front of my front door, you can see Mount Fuji in clear view.
Wow.
Nice.
Yes, that's why I always take my picture down there, or just my front door, 3 steps, and you can just look. You just can see Mount Fuji in full view when the skies are clear. And you know, yeah, that's amazing for me. And this is it. And I'm really glad to be in here. Just chilling with you guys. And it's holiday season. Come on, let's do this.
I know it's a lot of things. It's a thing a lot of photographers must do. But have you ever tried to recreate in photography the views of Mount Fuji, the
No,
famous picture series?
no, I don't retouch. I don't post process. It's all the same. The way I see it, it's done. And actually, Times Magazine picked me up this April to be their winner. I'm really honored for that. And two pictures of mine are selected, and I was really surprised. Wow, they got Mount Fuji with cherry blossoms, and I
Well,
said,
very good.
and that was quite amazing. I really enjoy that. And this year for the eliminations and stuff, Jesus Christ, I won again. Oh my goodness, I didn't realize.
Wow. That's
It's a,
amazing.
that's an honor, but it's for fun and my passion, and that's it. You cannot bring it. But I'm bringing it up. I'm telling all the Japanese people here, please use Google Hangouts, and this is the best way tool that you can ever find in the world. Come on, guys. They still don't know how to use it, and I'm just introducing them frequently by doing HOAs, for the Japanese guys and doing this, but they still can't. They're hard-headed anyway. Arr!
Is there still a strong force of tradition in Japan? Is it still?
Yes, exactly, exactly. And then this Japanese attitude of conservativeness, they stick to their own social medias. Well, for Twitter, they use Instagrams and all social networks. They have this called Mixi, which you don't Americans has. Okay, this is another social media only for the Japanese, and I'm a blog for those kinds of things. We are here. Japanese people are really crazy about social medias. They have their own sites, which is totally different from the outside world. So if you're really going to jump in to their sites, you have to learn Japanese first.
That doesn't sound like a barrier at all.
It is. It is. I feel like I'm being discriminated by my own here, or by my own country. Because why? I cannot jump in. If I comment in English, they'll say, who are you anyway? And where the hell did you pop out? Just like that.
Do you feel it's a time zone barrier too? Because like it's late where you are. I mean, you're like 12 hours
it's
apart.
early morning around
Early
here.
morning. Okay.
Early. It's 5:25 actually, and that's for me. Time differences is not a problem if you really want to get connected to the world, and you have to, if you want to have these social medias sharing. Okay, the sharing part is there, and connecting to the world. Time differences is not a problem. You can settle this down. Actually, there's no problem about it. Not at all. I don't think time zones will be an issue. Nope. For me, impossible. There is no such thing as word is impossible. Everything is possible.
Yeah.
That is a great attitude.
That is a good philosophy.
I'm sticking with that, and I'm really, really trying my best to say, hey, there's no such thing as impossible if you try to do whatever you want to do, and that's it.
Yeah.
Just like for John, I think he will agree with that.
It's one of the, my career didn't even exist. But I knew what I wanted to do, and I had faith in it, and most importantly, I had passion for it, and that's where it goes. If you've got the drive, that can do an awful lot of stuff, and I think, any entrepreneur, you've got to find that point of passion where you don't have a choice but to do it, and then you make it work.
Exactly. I really agree with that. It's just for photography and marketing strategies and everything like that, it's all the same. It's all the same. You just have the perfect timing in the right place in the right time, and that's it.
And you got to be open to them. You got to be open to that opportunity.
I'm grabbing all the opportunities that I can get. Okay, I'm grabbing it.
Adam's got a question. I believe you get him first. How many hours ahead are you, Candy, on time zones?
Well, Santa here. Oh my goodness, you won't believe it. Well, the new generations right now starts to believe Santa is, from the other side of the world. But before that, 20 years ago, they don't give a damn, actually. Since they don't really give a damn. Well, anyway, since they are Buddhist and they're really focused on the New Year side, more on the Christmas side, they are, there's just Santa is a fiction for them, okay? And mom is dad. Eventually, they know mom and dad is the Santa. But
you just told the secret.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Oh no!
Wow. To the millions of children that are watching this.
Oh, God. Okay, guys, cut it off.
Danny has ruined Christmas.
Cut it off. Cut it off. No,
Millions of children are crying.
Well, but this is the thing here in Japan. It's really crazy. The new generation right now learns, okay? Knew that Santa is there, up there, on the other side of the globe. And I said to myself, you're late 20 years, okay? Guys, wake up. You're always 20 years late, okay? Jesus Christ. I'm really having a hard time with these guys explaining. There is a real Santa even at my age. I believe in Santa Claus. I'm still wishing, though. Yeah, I'm still wishing. I'm a good girl this year, so I have to. My wish has to be granted.
Oh my goodness.
Well, that's the thing here. But basically, they are more focused on the New Year. The New Year is the most here, so you can. For your side, you have the fireworks and everything. Here, it's totally the opposite. You have the silence. Totally silence, and you can hear the temple bells, the 109 bells, and that's how they spend New Year's Eve here.
Wow.
It's really totally inside. Everybody's intrigued with that. I made a show, an HOA with that 2 years ago, and they freaked out.
You had a New Year's show? An HOA?
Yeah. I brought that in HOA, and everybody freaked out. They said, what is this silence? Across the globe, they're having these fireworks and cheering stuff and this and that. Here in Japan, just silence and the temple bells, and their sake, the Japanese sake, the alcohol, it's with gold fillings.
Wow.
Gold fillings inside. This is their tradition. You drink that on the 31st. Yeah, you open it up, drink it up, because why? They believe that gold fillings will bring you for the whole 1 year, fortune and success, and that's the Japanese belief.
I need some of those gold flecks here.
Can you send us that?
Sure. What do you want? The big ones or the small ones? I can. Okay, everybody in the house.
I think probably small would be better.
Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I have to get your addresses and I have to send it into the U.S. Okay, John will be the distributor for this. Okay, he will send you everything and I'll go to send it. Just to make sure you got it. You got it there, even though it's not New Year's Eve. At least you can taste and look what is it. What's that? You're going to totally be intrigued with that.
I just wanted the gold part of it.
Well, we get the gold part of that.
Yeah, get some gold water.
The gold flecks.
The gold part, when you drank it, you are going to have the best fortune of your life for 1 year.
I need me some of that.
I know you're going to say that. You'll just pull out it on my mouth.
It's Goldschlager, isn't it? That's got the flecks of gold.
It has the gold flecks in it, Goldschlager, yeah.
It
Wow.
is 24K. It's
And it will mess you
24K.
up. I don't know if it's like sake, but it will mess you up.
What I always heard is that the gold flakes are supposed to basically create little scratches in
Yeah.
the lining of the stomach, which makes the alcohol go in faster, which is
Yeah,
Oh.
exactly. But you have to shake it first, and then the gold fillings is there. Wow. For me, it's a yearly routine. I've got used to it. But,
Wow.
well, that's the Japanese way. You have to get used to it.
I think you've got to make everyone drink it first and then tell them you forgot to shake it. So now they all have to get up and dance.
That's the problem. The gold will be at the bottom, and then you're having hard time putting water in it instead of alcohol.
Sounds way more fun than a champagne toast.
Better be like that. It happened a long time ago. We all drank the sake, and the gold fillings was left. What my friend did was pour a champagne, shake it up. She blew it. The champagne went through with the gold fillings. That's it. It's done.
God.
It's crazy. It's really crazy about.
Oh my
Oh
God.
my god. But it's really fun. Okay, I have to send you everybody here on the panel those gold fillings so you can have a 1 year good year from Japan. I have to write it down one by one.
Oh my gosh. Kenny, you would have been a hoot on last night's show. Oh my goodness gracious.
Yeah, I was by Stallyns. I mean, I'm supposed to cook, but it's totally booked, and I'm on a HOA marathon from Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. I'm totally booked until April for my cherry blossoms and everything. My own HOA, of course, and everything. I am a totally booked person. Jesus Christ. But I still can manage. I can still manage to be alive and healthy and be here watching this and being with the panel, and that's it. It's great. It's awesome anyway. I really enjoyed it anyway. And that's me. Judy calls. Work.
Lee's posted a link in the event. It's a little bit too long to bring up in the comments, but yeah. Adam suggests that we can always use more cowbell.
Christopher Walken. Will Ferrell.
And Candy has brought her own fan club with Bruno Miguel Santos asking, hey, he's late, catching the feed. Miss Candy, how's Tokyo?
Well, Tokyo right now. Yesterday we have a rain, as if it was snowing. It's damn cold, really damn cold.
Oh.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, all the heaters are all in and really damn cold. Jesus Christ. But now I think we're going to have a couple of sun and everything, so I can have a lot of shots. Let's see. It's early. I cannot see the sun. It's too dark. It's still dark. I have light. I need lights. Come on, lights, please. Well, your faces and your smiles are my lights, and that's it.
Oh, that's good.
See, that's why your show wasn't rivaled in Tokyo first, Melanie, because they'd have had to have darkness cameras action.
Melanie, the next time you're doing that, ping me. For first purposes, okay? For emergency purposes, ping me.
If you're ready to be on, let's see, that would be like
Let's go for it.
That's
Let's
like 3 in the
go for it.
morning for you.
I don't care. If Judy calls, I'll be with it. It's no problem with me. Just ping Candy. She'll do the right thing.
You are a hoot, I'm telling you.
Well, that's me. If my service is going to be there, I'm always there for everybody. And that's it. The last time I did was Mia Voss, for Mia Voss and Chef Dennis. And it was totally awesome. And the next was for Aslyn Blore and for AZ Entertainment. And for next year, I have a show with Chef Dennis too, and everybody. Oh my God, you just don't know. My schedules are really hectic. But at least I can manage. They want to know about something about Japan, and that's a good part that I can share what I want to share, and I let the whole wide world knows about this, and I'm not afraid to hide anything, and that's me.
You know, that's kind, isn't that kind of not your culture though? Because like you said,
Exactly.
the Asian culture is very reserved, and you are like
Exactly.
you're out of the box in the sky.
Exactly. I'm beating all the rules and regulations here.
You
I don't
are.
care. My concern is I don't care. Number one. Number two, I'm doing my stuff and I'm being me. That's it. That's the
So we
most
were
important thing of my attitude. I don't care. I'm doing my stuff and this is me. That's it.
we
I
were
mean, you have to be
talking
that.
we were talking last week about people maybe being a little bit shy and intimidated by
Yeah, I saw that. I saw that. I
hangouts.
learned a lot of things from that. I learned a lot of things from that. I'm taking notes, okay? I'm taking notes for that.
Uh,
So is sexism still an issue in Japan? With a very
Oh, you
conservative
brought up the
culture.
subject. Is my virgin is ready for this?
No, I think he meant. I don't think he meant that.
Oh, he's not. He
Oh,
didn't.
geez.
Okay. Jesus Christ. It's early morning for me, and you guys, it's late night. Okay, is my version is ready for this? Okay, I'm getting ready. Okay, James. Okay, John, I'm getting ready for this. Go.
Okay, so I'm just asking, how are women in business treated in Japan? Is there still
Oh,
a
God.
glass ceiling on how high women can go on a corporate ladder? Are there many
Oh,
female CEOs yet?
oh gosh, you asked that. This is a man's world, okay? Japan is a man's world, and women are always, three steps behind. So this is a dominated country for men. So if, like me, I'm doing my stuff and I pop out of the blue and doing my stuffs, their egos, the men's egos are really there. You know, Urgh, they hate it. They think of you as a rival or more than that. Since I'm a translator and teaching English at both at the same times because I can speak 5 languages, it's a, it's really, I mean, a competition for them, and their prides are way high. And nowadays you can see for architectures, for constructions, lawyers, doctors, there are women now dominating the men. Okay, even for the emperor's daughter, she is a woman, not a man, which is a big issue. They want a man for an emperor. I said, hey, this is the new generation. Cut out that old conservative minds of yours. It won't apply to the new generation. It doesn't make any sense. But still, they have these conservative minds that this is a man's world and you don't fit in it. I said, let's see who doesn't fit. Now, I'm doing my stuffs and everything, but still, they they got to used to it, but still I'm fighting for that. I'm really fighting for that, that this is not anymore a dominant world for men. We men and women should be equal to with our all do with our, in all in our doings, even for marketing, for photography, or whatsoever your business with it, you have to be equal. No,
Yep.
no, no way high, no men's no high, no women's no high. You have to have this equal part, or else doesn't work. So that's why they're now applying that. They're going internationalization in everything, but still, 10 to 20% is still conservative, a dominant country for men.
Wasn't Japan like once a matriarchy? Like, was it when China's influence came in?
Yes,
That
we hate
like,
Chinese. Hey, I'm sorry to say this. This is life. We hate Chinese.
You hate Chinese.
We hate the Koreans too. That's it.
There's that warfare thing right there, back full circle.
Yeah.
Oh.
Because of the you know what it is? You know what it is? The internet, the islands, for those warfares, for the oceans, you'll get crazy about this for the news. I don't go for politics anyway. Forget it. It won't stop. Just do whatever they want to do, and that's it. Just leave them alone, and they'll do their things anyway.
Yeah, it's funny, isn't it? How most countries, there is always this rivalry with their closest neighbour.
Yeah, exactly.
So the Scots, doesn't matter what topic it is, the English are to blame. The British have always had Irish jokes, although we say our dislike for the French. We don't know why. There's so much French blood in the English ancestry that it's absolutely pointless. But there is this long-running feud between the English and the French, and when we say long-running, remember these are the two nations that had a 100-year war.
We get along really well with our neighbors here in the U.S.
That's what I
Yeah,
was
tell
thinking.
that to Canada.
We never
Yeah.
argue. We don't have a hard time with the Mexicans. We may have disputes with Jamaicans, but not too much or too seriously. Yeah, we're good neighbors.
We're good.
Yeah,
Let me clarify that just a little bit. I think we're good neighbors, but don't cross that fence. Let me say that. So we are like, in my mind, what I see here in America, we have Canada to the north, South America and Mexico to the south, of course, and we're right smack in the middle, and it's like, guard these fences, and that's what I don't like about it, because we weren't built on, we used to have open fences, and now it's very different, and because we are a different world these days, but that's on the political side. But, Bill, yes, we are good neighbors, but we really keep those fences up.
I may feel that way in another month or two when I'm living much closer to Baja, California, and there's more actual interaction in my life on a daily basis. We don't get that here in Virginia, where I'm at now.
Yeah.
People have to make it through all the other southern states before they even reach us, and good luck to them.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, Adam brings up the same point. If you're not sure if a rivalry exists, just call a Canadian American and see how he looks at you.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
I think America is so big that it doesn't feel the rivalry, but that doesn't mean that Mexico and Canada don't feel it towards you.
Oh, I know. Yeah, the fence has two sides to it. Definitely. I mean, the joke was, I live in Ohio, and the joke is, we'll just all escape to Canada one day. Well, now it takes a Boy Scout troop. It takes them an hour. A Boy Scout troop takes them an hour to get through the gates to get over to do a camping week in Canada, because they're locking down. It's like, no, we're your friendly American neighbors to the south. No. So yeah, there's this the fence is guarded on both sides.
It does seem that America has closed down a lot more. I mean, a thing here is, I deal with a lot of people who are entrepreneurs, and quite a few have decided to move and, set up over there. It's hard. Some in-laws. She owns a very successful boutique shop in LA, employs Americans. She can still only spend 6 months a year in the country. She has to come back for 6 months every year, despite the fact that she owns a business that employs 10 Americans. And she's been there 15 years.
She has to physically reside somewhere else for 6 months?
Yes.
Yep, she can only stay in the country 6 months out of a year.
Yep, stay in the country.
Wow. Mm.
And that identity thing of, bring us your huddled messes, that's gone, hasn't it?
It's
That
gone.
really
It's
has.
really
It's
gone.
very, very gone, yeah.
It's so gone.
Mm-hmm. There's all my great grandparents. Yeah.
Now that we're all depressed.
But it's the new version. Show us your huddled masses, and we'll sell them an iPod.
I don't know. Okay, so what are we doing to combat all of this? What are you and I doing today?
Living in England.
I said to combat it. I think that we're doing a service by being part of this global community just here. Look, you are there over in England, and we're talking to you here. We're trying to move forward into having this global community. We've got Candy in Japan. We're not. I don't think we're moving as far back as what we're making it out to be. I think that there are those people that have a lot of hate, but I think there's still a lot of people in the world that have a lot of love and that want to see goodness.
To me, it's like this giant airport, and you have, when you're in your crowded airport, you have those walking sidewalks that people can get on and stand there. It speeds you forward, and those are the people that want they want to expand their world. They get on that moving sidewalk, and they can walk 3 times as faster than everybody else. And then you have the group of people in that airport that stands right in the middle of the fairway saying, they're reading the signs like, I don't know, what do we do? What do we do? And then you have the others that blindly just move forward because they're following the crowd. So I think all of us are not moving in the same direction at the same speed at the same time, and that's where we're getting, we can't all progress at the same time, which is sad.
But not all of us can move at the same speed.
Right.
Some people have handicaps. Some people just can't keep that pace.
Yeah. But hopefully in the mind, hopefully, aside from the physicality of it, your mental desires should be that you want to be open, and you do want to go beyond your own little sphere.
I think there's a lot of element of fear and loss of control in that as well. I mean, we are in this global community with the internet, but I think people feel like they're spinning out of control, and then they want to circle the wagons and sort of huddle up again and be like, okay, well, we want to stay in our safe little space because that's what we know.
Yeah.
Yeah. There's a very vocal. I hope that they're a minority who end up dominating the conversation as far as putting up the barriers and walls, and they're particularly vocal. And at least in my life, I see that people that tend to be more tolerant tend to be quieter about it. And because they're tolerant, they tend to say, well, hey, go do your thing, and I'll leave you alone and you leave me alone. But they're not the ones that are out there screaming and making the noise and being on the news and making everybody feel afraid. I know an individual, I won't give details, but who, 10 years ago was complaining to me about Southern California being taken over by the Mexicans. Well, it never happened, It just never happened. But they were so afraid of it, and they were so down on it. It's kind of amazing, and it's just not that way. as a nursery, when I had my nursery, I had a lot of people that worked for me from Guatemala and South America and whatnot, and they're great people. They're hard-working people, and they're really fantastic people. So, you know, I just don't see it as a problem. But then I'm not jumping on top of roofs, screaming and yelling and whatnot, so I don't get hurt.
Exactly, John. Like, that's exactly what I love to tell people when I hear them say, when they try to have that argument, like, they're going to take over. I'm like, okay, so what if they do? They're hardworking. You list off all the good qualities about, you know, that are stereotypical. You know, what do you do with that? Why wouldn't that be good?
Well, it circles back to a warfare mindset as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It doesn't have to be us and them. Let's blend.
Okay, William, when you make these kind of comments, a curmudgeon immediately says, no!
Can you tell why we call each other brother and sister?
This is why you stay off my yard. Yeah.
No more yours.
I do think, though, that, you know, one of the big changes we've seen globally and in society around the world is how important it is to be able to connect, to network. The shift in workplaces has been that, you know, it used to be that highly trained staff. Now the kind of staff you want are the kind who are flexible, who can take what they used to do and not mind at all when the job changes, and can relearn it and take on new skills.
Yep. Nimble and adaptable.
Yeah, adaptable, flexible, the ability to let different things connect, to take on a new skill and incorporate it. And I think America's almost doing the opposite of what it knows to be true. In business, we're seeing apps that are letting people connect. We're seeing licensing and legal structures that enable, you know, outsourcing and insourcing and all of these ways of connecting things, and the country isn't keeping up.
Because it's the mindset. You know, things, a lot of things don't change until you have a generational death. You know, where it's like 40 years has to pass, because that's like a generational time frame. And what we want to see, what my generation wants to see now, may still not happen till my generation is gone off this earth. And then the next 40 years, I mean, but sometimes, I mean, look at it, when you have this mindset, it takes decades and decades for a major shift.
Yeah, absolutely. Dan, you just joined us. Please say hello if you can. No, we're not hearing you.
Unmute.
Okay, while Dan's just checking his sound settings. Bill, I see that your computer's joining in again. It's doing that tanker through the fog in the channel thing again.
Yeah, it's about not I may just leave it here in Virginia and get a new one when I
It's vacuuming.
Lee's just pointing out his whole business is based on outsourcing. Yeah, more and more we're seeing that kind of thing. But I do think it's the collaboration as well, taking the best of lots of different places. Yeah, outsource programming to a country with lots and lots of great programmers. Don't outsource your customer services to a country that doesn't have the same standards of customer service. India is a bad place to outsource customer service, although they are highly educated, they've got English. There's a lot of India where, you know what, all the things you're complaining about really are first world problems to them. And what they want to say is, get over your bloody self. You know, so they don't have the passion, they don't have the real empathy for it. It's just a job, I think, sometimes. You know.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
In other words,
Yeah,
it's
I think
great.
the culture is not stressed. You know, the whole idea of the connection and empathy and respect for who they're dealing with, it's just not a priority.
So have we got your sound now, Dan?
I think so.
Yay! Introduce yourself.
Dan Manahan, been on my own for about 2 years, working in like the digital marketing, just bring more stuff to your website so it makes you more money, space, for lack of a better way of putting it.
That's awesome.
But Bill, just wanted to give a shout out and say that you rock, man. Everyone else here does too, but
Thank you, Dan.
love following SEO by the Sea.
Appreciate it. Thanks.
I just went through your stream to see what kind of posts you do. So just from the look of it, it seems like you're pretty like-minded. Welcome.
Someone making a movie.
Adam has now worked out what your PC is up to, Bill. It's making smoothies.
I thought he was doing like frozen daiquiris or something.
With no flex.
Drinking, not me. Yeah.
So I know that, you know, increasingly for small businesses, you know, working around the world, working, you know, connecting with other businesses as well as with clients all over the world is important. How many of you personally have, you know, had these collaborative projects that go across borders?
Raise your hand. Yeah.
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 Yep.
So, you know, this is one of these things. We can work like this, but our countries are going to make it hard to actually come and work together for 6 months. That's got to change, hasn't it?
Yeah.
And the country that leaves it last is going to be left behind.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And I think
Yes.
America may find that, you know, Canada starts to look a lot more attractive, and Mexico could start to look a lot more attractive if it doesn't start thinking ahead. And you know, I'm not only picking on America there. England is really doing one thing that drives me nuts. We've followed the American education system, so now, you know, students have to take on debts and the big
Oh
loans.
boy.
What a mistake. God.
It's gonna be bad.
And the thing is,
What a mess.
we've had 40 years of the classic brain drain, where, you know, some of our best and brightest, of course, get recruited by the big US corporations who can throw around money that the English companies don't have.
Mm-hmm.
And in light of that, you know, developing newer brains faster really needs to be a priority for us. The thing that this century has really taught us is that gold isn't worth what it was, land isn't worth what it was. The new economy is ideas. It's the intellectual property that is the land grab of the 21st century.
Yep.
Right.
Intellectual property barons are the new barons.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And we turn our education system, you know, from one that's free to suddenly one that you've got to pay for. That's crazy. That's going the wrong way. That's
I don't know
taking
if I
away the
totally
investment.
agree with that, Ammon.
Well, and plus the whole student debt thing is just burying a generation of young people, you know, as they came through college and stuff. I mean, we're looking at $50,000, $100,000 type debts. You know,
Yeah.
here you are in your early 20s, and you're already so far under, and then whoopee, you know, you can't get a job. You know, it's very difficult to get a job.
What about
Hopefully
MOOCs?
it's getting better, but what about?
Massive open online curriculum. It's the
Well, yeah, but
Course
like,
USA,
for
Udacity.
example, yeah, well, that works for some things, but for some areas, you don't. There's still a feeling in businesses and in many disciplines that where you went to school is almost important as what you learned. And that's kind of really old world, I realize, but it's still in there in a lot of companies. You can't even walk in the door unless you've gone to a certain university. I mean, look at all your high end if you've been to Yale, Harvard, whatever, you got a job. But if you had that same education somewhere else, good luck. You may be smarter, but that's kind of, you have to work harder.
But John, isn't it? That's in the construct of like seeking an employed position as far as getting in through the door. I think you said. I don't remember the last time, like, say, a client asked me where I went to school, although where I've gone to school has led to networking opportunities. So maybe it's different for someone that works for themselves that isn't, pursuing a, what do you call it, work up the ladder, conventional, traditional track record in your vocation. I don't know how to put it.
Also,
but I think
some skills don't have a tradition yet.
Right. Yeah. I know. In my business, nobody has ever asked me where I went to school. But I also have a resume that's a mile long. I mean, somebody wants to employ me, they look at my resume, and then that's the end of that discussion, because I have, a 30-year-old long resume of experience. But
unless someone doesn't want to pay the price
college,
for 30 years and wants to, cut their budget and pay someone that's a little bit, which goes back to your initial argument about how people are in debt and yet they're getting hired for less than what maybe someone like you can charge because they don't have the experience.
Right.
So it takes them that much longer to get out of debt, which goes back to
don't
want to pursue a traditional, conventional, work up the ladder, get into the door with where I was educated, track record or
I just saw.
Lack of a better word.
I just saw an article. I think it was in Time, or maybe it was in the newspaper, but it might have been in Time, where they were talking about people that were in their 50s and in their 40s and 50s still paying off student debt. And still struggling with it.
Yeah, the world of work has not caught up with what the reality actually is now.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of the older generation getting re-educated or re-skilled out of necessity, not because they want to. It's because their skill was their skill set isn't applicable anymore if they worked in a factory or whatever. Yeah. So which I think is a good. I went to school twice. But never in my 20s. It was in my 30s, and I'm not going to tell you how, But with both times, I saw where when I was there and I was considered one of the older ones, I wasn't like in the in circle. Then when I went again, there was more of my age group, and then there was a more blend of understanding and communication between the generations, which is a good thing. Because it was getting exposure to the younger generation to say, wait, yeah, they're as old as my grandpa maybe, or my grandma, but they are studying just as hard as I am. So we kind of had this camaraderie. So I think that could be a good result from this reshifting we're doing.
Yeah. Well, unfortunately, we are past our time again. It's not like we, notice, but sadly it does mean we've got to round up, so I will do a very quick go along the guests to let us know very quickly what you're doing this week. Where can people get hold of you? Zara?
All right. Tomorrow on the Midweek Zap with David Amerland, we're going to be talking about anger online and in communication. And
did you say David Allen?
Amerland.
David Amerland.
Oh, I'm sorry.
So everyone, jump in the comments and try to make him angry, because it's got to be done.
Yeah, right, exactly.
You're gonna try to make David angry? Wait, it's not gonna work.
Meloney, what are you up to?
I'm taking a 2-week hiatus from Lights Camera HOA, and wrapping up the rest of the year with clients and looking forward to 2015 and just going to be diving in on January 1 with great things. Thank you, Ammon.
Okay, Kristin, what are you up to?
Okay, so tomorrow, you and I and David Wells we are going to be doing Codebreaker, like wrap up and go through like the whole season and talk about all the things that we have in common, all those themes. And then I believe that Zara and David Wells and John Keldon and I, the Fab Four, I believe that we're going to have David Amerlin be our guest.
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe on Thursday. And so I'm excited about that too.
John?
I am going to be learning as much as I can about Southern California.
Okay,
like
cool. Yeah.
How to get a driver's license, how to register a car,
Yep.
all those things that they do on the East Coast too, but differently. Like I'm paying twice as much for cable TV now on the East Coast as I will be on the West Coast. I don't understand that. But,
Hold on, okay.
Yeah, that's the way. John?
Yeah, Bill, welcome to Southern California. Just double whatever it is you paid before, or even triple it. What the heck?
Oh, no, it's the other way around.
Go for it.
Cheaper. It's half the price in Southern California.
That.
Danielle?
Hey, this is my favorite time of the year, so I'm gearing down a little bit, enjoying time with my family. I'm reworking the Empowered Brand Show for 2015, and just wrapping up things with clients and having a good time.
Yeah, it's not my favourite time of the year. There's always that annoying bloke with a beard keeps parking on my roof, lets it rain all over my lawn.
You can let him park on my roof.
Dan?
Yes, wishing good tidings to all and trying to learn a little bit more about, what's this, a replacement for PageRank, courtesy of Bill. And I don't want to say your last name, Bill, because I always screw it up.
That's
Well,
okay.
it's Slawski, but I like to annoy him by pronouncing it Slawski.
I like to call it BS, but that just doesn't seem appropriate, so because it's anything but. Anyway, you guys have a good holiday.
Yeah, you should have known him back when we used to call him Bragg. Well, thanks everyone. See you next week.